chance for Garrett Poole to use that great underwater kick in the final of the 100 fly in Winnipeg before the rule is changed. There's the 20-year-old from Markham, Ontario. Certainly young enough to adapt his start and style in this most demanding of strokes. And in this one, he'll have lane 4, flanked by the Canadian record holder Stephen Clark in 3, and Colin Sood, the 24-year-old from Edmonton, in 5. In lane 7, the very versatile and talented Mark Versfeld, a brilliant backstroker and a pretty good flyer.
But Stephen Clark is certainly one of the favorites. He is the Canadian record holder, two-time Olympian, Olympic medalist in '92, 7th this event at the '96 Olympics, now living full-time in Toronto. Colin Sood at age 24 just coming into his own. University of Alberta product from his hometown in Edmonton, in the finals to challenge for a medal in the 100-meter butterfly. But really the favorite is Garrett Poole. He won this event at the Speedo Open in the fall. He made his first international team last year, said it was the best experience of his life, everything he ever dreamed of as a kid. And now he's here challenging for a national title. His would be his first. Last year he went in qualifying first, but finished 3rd in the final. Let's see if he can overcome that inexperience and win his first national title.
The surf is up. The men are in the water. The men's 100-meter butterfly. How long will Poole stay under? He's up already, Byron.
That's very bizarre. He usually stays up a lot, goes underwater a lot longer. He's up early. Something must have gone a little bit wrong there, because he's usually out in front and he's already behind the pack. The early leader looks like Simon McDonald down on the bottom.
Simon McDonald swimming in lane 6. Colin Sood is in 5. Garrett Poole is in 4. Stephen Clark is in 3. It is Simon McDonald first off the wall and heading home. Less than 50 to go.
Well, this is quite an upset. Simon has tremendous front-end speed. He's had a history of sort of fading the last 5 or 10 meters. Eventually, he'll probably get that 5 or 10. But look for, here comes Poole now. He's starting to work hard. It looks like his goggles are down around his mouth. He's having a difficult time getting a breath. Clark on the far side making a charge.
Stephen Clark, big Stephen Clark in lane 3, driving to the wall. McDonald is right there. Stephen Clark and Simon McDonald at the wall. It is McDonald with a time of 55:02. Mark Versfeld in lane 7 is 2nd. Stephen Clark is 3rd. Colin Sood is 4th. Eric Gabbage in 2 is 5th. And winding up in 6th place is Garrett Poole. But what a great finish from 18-year-old Simon McDonald of Nepean.
Well, I guess he found that last 5 meters that he hasn't had before. Colin Sood comes in at 4th place. He was right next to him. That's Colin there. Good national finish for Colin at age 24. But certainly Simon McDonald at the bottom of the picture was coming. He had the lead, and he didn't fade at the end. A great finish, driving to the wall. Stephen Clark up at the top, couldn't quite hang on. He started to make a good move, but couldn't put the finish in. He actually glided a little at the finish. He has to settle for a bronze medal. And in the middle of the picture now, you've got Sood on the right, Poole on the left. Sood comes in 4th, and Poole, I think, with that goggle problem, probably took away from his concentration and his good race plan. He had to come up earlier than he thought on the start, and he wasn't able to get in there for the medal that I'm sure he could have won. There's your happy winner from Ottawa, Simon McDonald. Watch the start now. Poole a little bit slow even getting off the blocks. Now normally he's underwater longer and he pops up in front of everyone, and yet now he's coming up and he's behind the other swimmers, behind Simon McDonald, behind Colin Sood. That's definitely not the race plan he's used to doing. So funny things happen in the 100 fly.
Now down to Caroline.
Thanks, Steve. Simon McDonald beating the favorites here, Garrett Poole and Stephen Clark. How did you do it, Simon?
Well, I just wanted to go out after it and concentrate on my own race and bring it back hard. That's what I did. I'm happy with that.
How did you finish up so strong?
I'm just thinking about my own race, concentrating, seeing the wall, swimming hard straight into it, and I'm just, oh yeah, it's great, and I was able to do that. Well, it's the first time win, so it's great.
Only 18 years of age, Simon McDonald. He'll be around for a while to come. He has his first gold medal at the Nationals, 55:02, his winning time. Mark Versfeld, surprising in 2nd place. Big Stephen Clark winds up 3rd in the men's 100 fly. The veteran Marianne Lippert takes on the teenagers Burgoyne and Cameron in the women's 200 IM, next from the Pan Am pool in Winnipeg.
I'm here to make you a free offer, one that'll change the way you do business. New Advantage Internet from Bell. Right now, free for 1 year, 75 hours every month, just for being a Bell Business long-distance customer. You'll find email and the web as essential and productive as your office phone. But
The best finish so far for Stephen Clark in Winnipeg was a third in the 100-meter butterfly. He's the record holder in this one with a clocking of 50.06. He'll take it under 50 one day, but not this day, I suspect. The main challenge for Clark in this one will come from Yannick Lupien in lane 4. He won the 50 free, and big Thomas Sikowski, and I mean big. The 17-year-old who's still growing is in lane number 3.
Everyone in Canadian swimming took notice of this man, Yannick Lupien, in 1995, when a gangly teenager who was only 15 sped to a bronze at the Nationals in a world-class time. He's won the 50-meter freestyle here already. It looked like he was a shoe-in for the Olympics, but he had a bit of an off year. All those questions about last year seem to be finished. He looks ready to take on Stephen Clark. Stephen, who worked with the Raptors this fall, is back in Toronto working and living full-time, and now he's trying to prepare for the next quadrennial. There's Thomas Sikowski's first Nationals ever. He's only 17. He's 6'7". There's a lot of promise for that young man in sprint freestyle for Canada.
2 lengths of the pool. This is the final of the men's 100-meter freestyle. Sikowski in 3, Lupien in 4, Stephen Clark in 5.
And this morning in the preliminaries, Yannick Lupien decided to take it to the field. He went on as hard as he could, and it's going to be a question with that strategy. Will he fade at the end? Right at the bottom of the picture, Simon McDonald. No one can see him. He did this in the 100-meter butterfly and stole the gold medal. He may be able to do the same thing again. He touches first at the 50. He's got a half a body length on the field.
Simon McDonald first off the wall. He is swimming in lane 8. The lane closest to us. It is Lupien in 4, Clark in 5, Sikowski in 3, but they're chasing McDonald.
And it does now look like it's going to be a question of who can time the wall properly. Clark is coming fast.
Clark is coming fast on Lupien. It is Clark. It is Clark at the wall. A tremendous men's 100-meter freestyle. Stephen Clark is there. The Canadian record holder in the 100 free and the 100 fly. Lupien is second, and Sikowski winds up third. A well-timed finish by big Stephen Clark from Brampton.
Well, that was experience at its best. Stephen right there, he's closest to those all of the wall. He out-touches Lupien. Lupien was maybe a little bit too quick going down in the first length. He faded just slightly at the end. We'll be able to see it again here. Clark on the right, Lupien in the middle, Sikowski way over on the left. Clark will get to the wall first. He gets the gold medal. Very good, powerful swim for Stephen. He's actually not totally prepared for this race. He's looking to go overseas to the World Cup next week.
Now, down to Caroline.
All right, thanks very much, Steve. Here is Stephen Clark, obviously. Yannick Lupien beat you in the 50 free. I'm sure that you didn't want to let that happen twice here in the 100.
No, there's a lot of pride here at Nationals. You know, you don't ever want someone to beat you. He had a lot of speed in the 50. That comes like he's fully rested and prepared, and he normally has a lot more speed than me in the 50 free, so I just had to make sure that I was strong off the wall, and then I had enough to bring it home. Luckily I did.
Thanks very much, Stephen Clark.
Stephen Clark is a big fan of Don Cherry, and Grapes would have been proud of the big guy in this one. Clark comes through with a victory in the men's 100 free with a time of 51.29. His first gold of these nationals, second place to Yannick Lupien, and third place to the big guy, 6'7", Thomas Sikowski from North York. Our coverage of the men's